I was going to come up with something witty to say, but my dog just threw off my game by making me laugh. Hey everyone, and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time, we made our way down to the Lanayru province, which is where we're at now, Lanayru Desert. And we made it to this wide open area, and we got a few upgrades, including our beetle now being able to grab things. This time, we're going to continue the search for Zelda once more. Seems to be the only thing we're doing in these episodes, but we're finally making some progress. I assure you, no, don't take out the empty bottle. So I'm going to try to catch this Gerudo Dragonfly because they're kind of rare. But while I'm doing that, I want to actually just talk about a little funny kind of something that happened. So, the last few episodes, I believe it was from the... from Dungeon, I think it was... Oh yeah, from when I landed in the... excuse me. First off, actually, I'll talk about this. Here we have a time shift stone, another one. So you can kind of see where the pulse is going. But anyway, as I was saying, also there's an enemy here and an ancient flower. But as I was saying, I think it was from when we were making our preparations to go to the Elden province for the first time. That time until I think it was like the last episode was all one big recording session for me. Of course, it's been multiple weeks for you guys for you to see all that. But that was like one large, massive recording session that took a long time for me, right? And I'm still not super used to doing this whole talking and playing a game thing. And the reason I mention this is because by the end of the last episode, when I was recording, also there's a giant time shift stone up here, I was out of it. Like, my throat was dead. I was tired. I was just... I was done, pretty much. I was kaput, and that was a bit of a rude awakening, to say the least, because, you know, it's not like I expected this to be some easy thing or whatever, but I was like, man, that taught me something invaluable. I've learned something new today, or not today, but these last few weeks, and that's you gotta make sure you don't just record for like 6 hours a day. You gotta limit that a little bit. Just a little funny thing that happened, and you know, maybe you could learn from me. Or also learn from me the fact that you're always learning something. Maybe that's the lesson to take away. Anyway, kind of going through this puzzle just by talking about that. As you can see, you had to get that time shift stone moving. Then there was that switch there, which you could have hit, I believe, here as well. But for me, it's less stressful to do it this way. A few ancient flowers along this path. We'll want to grab all those because those are pretty hard to come by. Thankfully, they're not needed for a ton of recipes, though. Has some Octoroks here and rocks, and I don't remember a ton of last episode in terms of like the small stuff, so I don't really know why my shield is so close to breaking, but that's fine. Because we can actually get an upgrade, hopefully semi-soon. I don't remember fully what we need. I think we need like some claws and some skulls. The skulls would be the ornamental skulls, I think, are probably the only thing we may not have. Yeah, we have 0. Oof. Gotta try to get some more of those hopefully soon. So I believe, yeah, it seems like this temple-ish looking area is where Zelda seems to be, but we have an old friend here. He's traveled a lot. Good to see you, bud. Seems like you pop up everywhere, though I am one to talk. Anyway, bud, there's something I'm dying to tell you. It's a discovery of a century. This is a sacred place known as the Temple of Time. I cannot believe my eyes when I saw a human who lives on the legendary Isle of the Goddess. It wore clothes just like the ones written about in the ancient manuscripts. It looked just like you, bud. Came with another person, and they entered the temple. Wanted to chase after them. Then there was an explosion all of a sudden, and the entrance, well, you can see for yourself, bud. I don't think we're getting past this mess. I just wish we could find out what's happening on the other side. An explosion, huh? That doesn't usually mean something good, but we can only hope that was the person in the black clothes who berated us last time. Hopefully they were just trying to make sure no one followed them. Which, again, still kind of mean, but, you know, I'd rather be that than gear him or some nonsense going on again. Hopefully this time we're actually faster than somebody. Dang it. I was trying to see if I could grab that with the bomb and then get her to blow up this one, too. I just want to check, because, again, we need money. Now we can hold a lot of money, so I really don't have to worry about, you know, not having a spot for money. And if you check, yep, there is in fact a time shift stone here. My dog just hit my blind. Sorry if you heard that. Jeez, my pooch is being a bit of a... I don't know what you'd call it, but I guess they want to be in these episodes. Which is, you know, good for them, I guess. More bokoblins here. My main concern is, of course, getting shocked by their swords by being a little too overzealous and a little too fast about it. Oop. Help. Is there... working on it, but would have helped if you didn't make me put away my sword. Something interesting about these guys is if they actually go out of the ring of... Well, that guy did, but it didn't work. Maybe it's because he's too close. If you get them, just push them out of the ring, they'll actually turn back into, like a skeleton, and then that'll also be accounted as defeating them. But considering we need some skulls, I'm going to try to kill as many of those as I find. That was scary, Worm. Thanks for helping me. Bzzt. This is the Temple of Time. Within it, the sacred gate of time made by the goddess. Bzzt. It's my job to patrol outside the temple, Worm. If you want to reach the gate of time, you'll need to pass through that door. Bazap. Huh? You need another way in? Foo-weep. Well, Linear Mining Facility and the Temple of Time are connected underground. Zzzt. Linear Facility is right here. This map, it looks inaccurate, but I'm going to fix it for you. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, you didn't just fix it, my man just changed it completely. Linear Mining Facility is just ahead. Good luck, Vert. A report, Master Link. The map you possess corresponds to the actual terrain of this area, with only 35% accuracy. The robot you met earlier modified your map to show past terrain that is now submerged below the sink sand. Interesting, so he's actually giving us the image of how things used to look here. First things first, you're going to make sure you get into this minecart so you get it as close as possible to this edge, because we have another time shift stone here. Couldn't tell this is going to be a pretty reoccurring puzzle throughout this area. Thankfully, it's not one that's all too difficult. There we go. Another ancient flower there. You actually can't stand on that bit of the railing, so you don't want to try to. Something you want to do, as soon as you get in this cart, raise your skyward for a skyward strike and look in this direction, because as you're passing by, you can hit that goddess cube, and it's one you can technically miss, but you just go back and, of course, get it, but you have to reactivate and deactivate the time shift stones again, and it's kind of a pain, so trying to hit it the first time will make it convenient overall for, well, all of us, I should say, who are on this journey. As we are making our way towards the Linear Mining Facility, I'm going to mention, just because, again, you know, you gotta want to talk about some stuff that may be interesting. It's currently something that is just on my mind. It's the fact that I've been trying to, with the help of my family, work on... Sorry, I'm stuttering a lot because I'm hearing something outside my house. I'm trying to work on getting a Zelda randomizer up and working, which is the first time I've kind of done anything like that. And the main reason is because I think it'd be kind of cool to do stuff like that. As you can see, also, there's the skull thing I was talking about. It would kind of be cool to do something like that. But the thing is, it hasn't been going too well. Thankfully, we're still making progress, but like we spent all of like a weekend trying to figure it out, and it just goes to show that I am, even though I'm part of the more modern generation, I feel way older if I can't understand this stuff. For those who don't know, Zelda randomizers are kind of like a mod made by pretty much just the fan community that essentially just changes where things in Zelda games can be found, like in the items and stuff, and it's a pretty fun thing, and thought it'd be cool to do some stuff with that maybe at some point, but, you know, that's sides the point. Oh, okay, there we go. So as I was going to show here, now that we made it to this area, you can see these gray paths on the map, and since there's no mini-map, you will have to actually use the legitimate map. Let me get up there. And as you can see, this is all sinking sand. That'll drain your, or deplete your stamina really quickly, but if you go in the spots where the submerged area is, Master Link, I have information to report. I can confirm that you will not be consumed by the sink sand in this current position. I suggest verifying your location on the map. Yes, I get it. Readings indicate there is a submerged path beneath the sink sand. It is possible to walk along a route above this path without submerging completely into the sink sand. Simulation suggests that placing beacons to mark a safe route along these paths before proceeding would significantly reduce risk. I recommend placing multiple beacons. And we get now a new addition. We can actually place more than one beacon. We can place up to 5 now on the map, which is nice. I don't know why she withheld that from us all this time, but it's whatever. So yep, if you want to make traversing this area a little bit easier on yourself, you can do that. Me personally, I don't really mind just opening the map every now and then, taking a quick glance. And as long as you make sure you have at least like around, probably 3/4 of your stamina in case you walk off the path, you should be good. Going over here doesn't appear to be anything, unfortunately. Just kind of hoping there may be something. Another bird there. Don't really feel like fighting him because it just kind of takes time and I don't feel like doing that. Oh, frick. Yep, see like that. Because if you... I fell in the wrong spot. Yep. Well, there's the... also, again, this will just make us take, I think, like a heart of damage or something. We come back here. Is it in a heart? It's a heart, I believe, right? No, it's not. You take no damage. Then never mind. I guess it's a waste of time, but that's about it. Also, I still can't get over the fact that I press plus all the time to try to check my map. But anyway, as I was trying to say, was that, yeah, that was what I was trying to show there was, yeah, as long as you have some of your stamina, you can kind of recover a little bit if you go off path. Hopefully, though, we shouldn't really need to a ton. That spot over here. Did that rock just pop into existence? Did I just see that correctly? Oh, please. Okay. Okay, that was scary. Kind of, a bit of a near miss there. Yeah, I'm gonna move out of the way because he's there. Yep, and now here we're going to make a bit of a, run there. Have more of the statuettes holding pots, which I'm really not sure what the purpose of them realistically is, but I'm sure it's, you know, some purpose. Find it unlikely robots of all things would do something without a purpose. So we're going to fly some bombs over here. And this is where I believe the game started to... Oh, frick. Can you get out of here? We're gonna kill this guy first. Anyway, this is the part of the, of Skyward Sword for me when, I think in my first playthrough, like when I got this far, I started to kind of just zone out a little bit. It's not that, like, Lanayru Desert isn't interesting. Like, I think the mechanics with the time shift stones are kind of cool, and I think the, some of the puzzles we'll see going forward, are pretty clever. But, like, the first areas were kind of just like, oh, you have to go search for... First it was the Magmas, right? Or not first it was Magmas. First it was the, Kikwi or whatever, right? We had to go find to get the slingshot. Then in the, Elben region, we had to scale the mountain, and that kind of was, like, the only thing you really had to do. And then in Lanayru, we're kind of just on this chase, and now we're doing this part. For some reason, Lanayru Desert just... I mean, I guess it's a desert, right? So is it really fair to say it's bland? I mean, it's supposed to be, right? But something about Lanayru Desert just kind of was always, like, eh, to me. Again, I don't hate, like, a lot of the puzzles and stuff, and especially for someone who, at the start of this series, and even now, will still stand by, he actually thinks Skyward Sword's a underrated game. Also, thankfully, the cutscene doesn't make us continue to sink there. Yeah, I think it's an underrated game, and yet... simultaneously, I'm talking about how this is the part of the game I kind of just am like, yeah, about. But I don't know, something about just the area itself, exploring with the sand is kind of tedious, and this part we're about to engage in also, as you can see, is going to get a little to me too. LD301 series, you look kind of suspicious. Don't let me catch you fiddling with this device. But I want to fiddle with this device. It's like a hole. Let me thrust into the hole, you could say. Okay, so yeah, once you're in this mode, you can see you can actually turn it. If we turn it to the left, we have the option to push it in, and Link just kind of stoically, like a statue, stays perfectly still when doing so. Well, that seemed to do something. Don't really know fully what that did. Do you have different dialogue now that I messed with it? Ah, what are you doing, Vert? Still, you never yet tell him just fiddling with the dials. Okay, good, so... Apparently, even though, again, they have those Wolverine-shaped claws, he isn't going to do anything to stop this random person from going in and interacting with their technology, but that's fine and good for us, honestly. The last thing we need is more fights to get into. But yeah, kind of just a slow part of the game to me, and that's, I mean, something that kind of Skyward Sword unfortunately does struggle with, and I'll admit, is its pacing is not the best in the series by any means. As I already mentioned, I think during, like, the first, like, episode-ish was just how slow the, like, beginning of the game is, and I think that's one of the biggest complaints people have with Skyward Sword, is just it's such a slow beginning to it. And, yeah, definitely won't, lie. It has a slow beginning, but it also has parts like this that are slow as well, that kind of undermine the game a little bit more. Please say you guys drop some skulls, because I could use one. I didn't mean to push the other guy down, but we'll have to kill him because I want to see. Oh, thank you, okay. That's one. Oh, he didn't drop one. He died somehow from that fall, I guess. Because we do need ornamental skulls. I think we need 2 or 3, isn't it, for the wooden shield upgrade? Which kind of sucks, but, you know, hopefully we'll figure it out. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I'm glitching out. Anyway, update on the project I was working on. Because I mentioned how I was kind of unmotivated to work on that one ever since I lost the audio recording. Update to that, I still haven't worked on that one, you'll be happy to know. But what I have done instead is I've been writing another script for another thing I kind of wanted to do, and guess what, I made it way more ambitious than I wanted it to be, but I'm still going to work on it, and at this point I'm going to work on either this one or the other one until one gets released. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I made, like, the main channel ones. I know that those are kind of the more, like, the ones that help the channel grow or whatever, but to me, again, it's all about just having fun to me and talking about what I want to talk about instead of it being just oh, this is going to help the channel grow, you know what I mean? So that's why I kind of been struggling with that. Ooh, I need that. But yeah, I am working on stuff. I mentioned, I think, in the Elden episode, when we first landed there, that I was tempted to make like a non-scripted, video about what I want in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Well, guess what? That turned out to be wrong, because I'm going to be doing that video, but I am writing a script. And the first part of it's almost done. I'm actually going to split it up into parts so I can release it hopefully a little bit sooner, so I get something on the channel for that. But I am having fun with it. The weird thing is the first episode's kind of turning into like a fanfic. That's the only way I can describe it, as cringy as that sounds. Not that fanfics, you know, if you write them are bad. It's just, for me, it's kind of something that, I don't know, just sounds weird to me. For me to be doing that. But essentially what it is it's like I'm talking about the intro of the game, right? Like of Skyward Sword, or not Skyward, oh, Skyward Sword, yeah. Of what my Animal Crossing game would be, right? And since there's some story implications and stuff, I'd have as limited of a story as I think an Animal Crossing game should have anyway. I wanted to describe it kind of in detail, and so that's gonna be a little off, so. You are not my memory banks, Bert. This is the power generator of the mechanism that opens the entrance to the Lanayru mining facility, but it won't budge until you activate the remote power nodes and set those 3 dials to access them correctly. Oh boy. Reading indicates that the materials used to construct the generator are also present in this area. You can now use your dowsing to locate them. Yep, so first it was the Kikwis, then it was the key fragments, and now it's these generators, because why not? You can kind of see it's a rinse and repeat, and it's another part of Skyward Sword that I can see people not liking. Anyway. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on, and again, I'm planning on maybe doing multiple parts, even if people don't really like it, because again, it's not that I don't take what people say into account, it's just that, as I said, this isn't like a job or anything for me, right? So I just want to have some fun with it, and do some things that I want to talk about, and just discuss them in, hopefully some cool ways, and share some ideas. Here we have these guys again, which suck, I'm not a fan. My best suggestion is, since they can't come up here, is to let one try to attack you and maybe hit him with a Skyward Strike, actually. I was gonna go for a jump attack to maybe swiftly get rid of one, but I think we'll just do this. Because again, you can use these. Haven't used them a ton for combat, but they are useful for doing like a little bit of range. Because again, don't really want to waste too many bombs since we can only hold 14. And don't really have any other range weapons. Jeez, they take a lot of hits though. Skyward Strikes, if you couldn't tell, are weaker than even just normal slashes, which is why they're less useful for combat. Outside the fact they take a while to charge. Again, they're not useless, they're just a lot more limited, and holy crap, how many Skyward Strikes is this going to take? Thank you. Oh my gosh, okay, I think we are going to use a bomb for the next one at this rate. We are going to use this to our advantage as a bit of a resting location. I don't even know if I can actually make that, though. I don't know if this is far enough out. I don't think it is. I think what we're going to do is go this way. I can't climb over that, okay. Got it. I guess we'll go this way, then. Again, after a little bit, as you can see, they will sort of disintegrate and allow you to attack the enemies again if you want to. Which is nice, because again, getting around here is annoying. Oh, dang it. Oh wait. I thought did he not notice me? Oh no, he did notice me. Can you get up here, though? Okay, he can't. Good. Ooh. Oh, look at that. There's actually like a bit of a path there, apparently, because I didn't sink in this. Which is weird, because it doesn't show anything on the map. That does sink, though. Stink and sink, it does both. This is sinking because we're moving very slow. Wait for our region. Oh, he can go over that. Oh! the cutscene actually may help, because then, yeah, I'll hit him back, and then we get this. That was ironic. Yep, so we found another time shift stone. As you can see, they're little babies. It turns them, it de-ages them. Which I guess shouldn't be too surprising, considering the fact that the skeletal remains of the bokoblins come back to life, or whatever, right? But to me, it's kind of weird, because if it de-ages and, like, if it de-ages these guys and the enemies we see there, which, keep in mind, they're actually really old for this stuff, right? Still be around. Why doesn't Link de-age, like, just into, you know, molecules, essentially, into a molecular level, because he's the one who hits it, I guess, maybe? Is that the mindset? You can actually pick up the babies there and carry them around. The thing to note, though, is that they will electrocute you if you hold them for too long. So we're only going to want to hold them if we need them, which we don't really have any reason to right now. The beetle, however, is immune to electricity. Oh, thank goodness. Another one. The beetle is immune, of course, to electricity, so you can use that to pick it up as well. But that's kind of, again, there's no reason since we have nowhere to put it right now. Let's see. Get rid of you. See, there's a lot of them here, but again, as long as you get that spin attack off quick enough, they're really not that big of a threat. Here we have seemingly a generator. As you can see, standing on that actually will lower that gate there. We're going to pick up a baby and try to time it. I missed time. Okay, but as you can see there, that's what happens with the electricity thing. Oop. Let him go off again. Yep, I got it. Go off. Yep, then we're going to pick him up. And then we're going to try to roll him into that without getting electrocuted, hopefully again. There we go. We're using a child as fuel, which is not a dark implication at all. And it's definitely not the worst thing Link has done, so, you know. Well, this Link anyway, maybe. Oh, actually, no. We've done, I mean, we broke that chandelier. We haven't really done anything abysmal yet, have we? I don't think so. Anyway, here's the generator for this area, the one thing we're looking for. Said there's 3, so this is our second one. The first one was just in a random cave. This one's actually like in a warehouse, which is kind of confusing. So the first one was like a teardrop. This one is seemingly like a lightning bolt. And there we go. That's that turned on. And there's nothing else we really need to do in here, so we're just going to head back outside. I think this is another reason this area just kind of feels tedious to me, is the fact that it's just kind of like a long way of wasting, well, not wasting time, right? But it takes so long to get everywhere in this one, like in this area. Also, here's actually something new. You got 10 bombs. Slow them, roll them, blow things up into your bomb bag. They go. Yep. So in case you didn't have bombs going into this, they are kind enough to refill them again. This isn't a luxury you're going to see in every area of the game, so take advantage of it while you can. More bombs there. Don't really need them, though. Mostly looking for money and health are the two things. Oh, but yeah, I think the fact that it just takes so long to get around, everything slows you down, all of it just adds to the area feeling more tedious than it really should be, which kind of sucks. Over there we have a goddess cube, which I don't think we can get to currently, which is a shame. But again, take note of where these things are at, because, you know, may be able to come back here later for them, hopefully, otherwise I don't know why they'd put it in the game. You know what? I shouldn't have done that, probably, because I think he's going to outrun it. Oh, never mind. That was good. We got a moving target, kind of. I thought maybe for a second he was kind of going to outswim it. I almost said outrun, but he's not really running, he's swimming. Let me get back. Let me get back. Okay. That was close. Wanted to grab that heart, but I almost sank in the sand. Also, there's an amber relic that respawned there. I don't really know if I want to go grab that. This is where the area gets a little bit trickier, because the terrain and stuff is just like more blocked off. So as you can see, there's areas here on both sides that we have to watch out for. So I'm gonna actually use a beacon there, so I know where that's at. I'm probably not gonna go back for that amber relic because we have 7, and we are gonna need more, but we're still, again, going to probably find quite a few more on our journey anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Let's run through this area, and we made it back to visible land, so that's nice. I'm going to take that back so that doesn't distract me or anybody. I didn't want to place 2. Thank you. Thanks. Another reason I'm kind of just talking about a bunch of random stuff is because, as you can tell, there's really not much to talk about in terms of Skyward Sword here, which is why this is going to be a little bit more daunting for me, because I kind of suck at just general talking still. But, you know, I'm learning. I'm trying to get better at that stuff, so doing my best. But the main reason is just because everything's kind of so tedious. Walking around here, there isn't much of anything specifically for me to talk about. Like, there's no real new things I need to bring up or need to explain, or want to explain, I should say. It's not really a thing I have to do by any means, right? Oh, I knew where it is. As soon as I stopped for that tumbleweed. Still worth it, but probably should have done that. But yeah, so that's why I've just been talking about random stuff. And speaking of random stuff, do you guys want a bit of a personal story time of why why this modern world and some people suck? Not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but there's some really not nice people in this world. And you know what? Even though, for the most part, I want this to be kind of a whole, you know, we get a... Also, there's a... Yeah, as you can see here, you can run up, hit this lever, and that'll get a shortcut here to get around. Anyway, again, this isn't to make people down or depressed or anything, right? Or sad about that stuff, because it's not everyone's like this, right? But it was just something that was interesting that I kind of wanted to talk about, and in some ways vent about, because it kind of annoys me. So, one of my family members is a first grade teacher, and they are... Oh, I don't know why I had a brain for a second. Yeah, so they're a first grade teacher. But something that they've been asked to do before is actually coach, I believe. I don't remember what grade it is. But like another, like I think it was maybe 4th grade? I think 4th grade. They were at, oh gosh. To coach the 4th grade girls basketball team. Just because really they didn't have anybody else to, I think, fill in the position was the main thing. And my goodness, there's so many of those enemies. Anyway, and so, and thankfully I think they like coaching from what I gather, but the main thing I've been gathering from it is that recently anyway, is that why am I sucking at articulating things else? So that was weird. But yeah, they enjoy they enjoy coaching, and I don't remember. I think it was their last game they went to. They said so. Apparently, there was some sort of kerfuddle. So if you aren't aware of basketball, it's kind of a game that has multiple strategies. But one of the main ones is just being aggressive with how you play and with your defense and stuff. You know, and it's something that, of course, you know, you kind of need to teach. Again, these are kids who, for the most part, aren't really familiar with basketball. I think from what I heard, they were maybe did soccer before this, so they have some sports, you know, knowledge before, but it's not like they were familiar with this particular sport. Of course, every sport plays slightly differently, right? But anyway, so the strategy they were going for was, I think, an aggressive defense on their B team, because that's the team that they coach as B team. And apparently, the fact that they were playing aggressive on defense against something that is, and it's not like they were getting bashing in skulls or like pushing people out of the way in terms of like onto the floor or whatever, right? It's just that whenever they would have the ball, they would like aggressively be all over the person who like they'd be posting up on somebody who has the ball or whatever, right? And they'd be doing that like to a T, and they'd be doing it really good. Apparently, the parents of the opposing school of this particular, again, I'm not gonna say which school, but apparently this opposing school, the parents were, again, we're talking like 5 or 6 year olds here, right? Who are playing, right? Apparently, the parents start haggling, or not haggling, but like heckling, I should say, not haggling. Heckling the, not even the coaches, they start heckling the 11-year-olds on the team that my family member coaches. And is like actually starting to say like curse words and is profanities, like it's all these different things that are being like discussed, and it's like, bro, I understand that sports are kind of like something people take seriously, and especially if it's something that, like, you know, of course you want to do. So I'd understand, you know, if the kids get mad, or if you even get mad at like the coach for like maybe making a stupid call, so that's cool. For making a call you don't agree with, like that's one thing. It's okay to get like upset, right? But the fact that you're getting like upset to the point where you're starting to like heckle little kids and start like swearing at them and cursing at them, like, bro. I know this has nothing to do with the game, but it's just kind of like one of those things that happened recently, and I wanted to talk about it because like I can't believe that like that's something that happened. Speaking of the Tales from the School is Trash era, it's the fact that I didn't even know this, but I come to find out that apparently also this is a bit of an interesting puzzle. We have to actually hit this here to as I missed. Anyway, something I didn't actually know until I believe it was yesterday. That same the same family member again who coaches then tells me, because this is again something I didn't know. Oh frick, I'm taking damage here. Oh, am I sinking? Oh, come on, we got comboed. He hit us on our back and then we just sank like a stone. Anyway, this family member who coaches said apparently one of the other parents, or one of the other like local schools or whatever, also was doing like a coaching thing or whatever, right? Like they're doing basketball as well. And they had a game with another school as well. And apparently, and it wasn't like this family member's team. It was 2 different schools, right? Than the ones in question. But apparently they were like there was just a game going on, and apparently one of the girls like got hurt. Like apparently there was some, I think, surgery she had went to or whatever recently, and she got hit kind of hard. And apparently she didn't say anything right away, but from what I gather anyway, she didn't say anything right away about it. But I think from what I gather, I think when she did bring it up, it was more of like a, oh, okay, well, you know, let us know if, you know, that happens again. We'll keep an eye out for it. We didn't know that was a thing to watch out for, right? And then come to find out that only a few moments later, not a few moments later, but like a little bit later, all of a sudden, essentially the coach from the opposing team, aka the coach that had the kid who got hurt, essentially ran up to the refs, started cursing them out as well, because again, you know, why not? And essentially started yelling at them for, I don't remember fully what it was, but I think it was because they didn't call the aggressive play that caused the kid to get like the the injury or whatever. Now, I don't think it was an injury. I think it was just it kind of like made them upset that they got hit and it rattled them up a little bit, which is understandable, right? Especially if you had that surgery or whatever, right? But again, she didn't say anything about it immediately. When she did, it was then brought up by this, you know, coach, and apparently then, like, she, or the opposing coach, took the kids on her team, including the one who got hurt, oh frick, and stormed out of the game, and I think it was still their A game, so, or their A team, not A game, their A team, it's not their B team, and I don't even think they were fully finished, but apparently they were losing by quite a bit, and so you could say, oh, well, maybe this, you know, coach was just very concerned for her kids and didn't think that they, or for the kids she was, like, working with, right? It didn't want them to get hurt, and she was like, oh, these people aren't taking care of them or whatever. You could think that, but simultaneously, the fact that they were losing and the fact that this wasn't mentioned immediately, this was waited until it was a more convenient time, and also my lack in faith of people in general, all of that adds up to make me think that this person could have just had many motives for it that, you know, you can't really just describe it in one way, right? It's not black and white, but it's just, I don't get what it is with something as seemingly, like, I wouldn't say trivial, right? But something less important. I don't know how, not that either, but I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. Something like children's, you know, basketball game, getting parents to almost get into fights with even just, like, the other coaches and stuff, just on the principle of the fact that they just didn't like a play or something. Like, I don't know, man. And it's not even just that, like, the coaches, it's the kids, too, you're yelling at. It's just, I don't know, man. It's, you could not pay me enough to be a teacher or having to work with, like, kids and parents, because it sounds miserable. Anyway, I didn't really talk about anything there. As you can see, yeah, there was a bit of a puzzle we had to do with the sand and using our beetle and all that. Master Link, all 3 remote power nodes have been activated. Please make your way to the power generator in front of the Linear Mining Facility. We will do that. That's kind of the end of the stories. I realized I was on a tangent, which is not great, but again, this is stuff I just wanted to share because, you know, you learn something new and cruddy about this world, it feels like, every day. And it just makes you question your sanity and makes you feel like either you're... makes you question just a lot of things, I should say, and that's about it. So let's head back out, and we're going to head to that main generator, since, again, the 3 were the only ones we needed, hopefully, from what we gathered. And how's... Oh, hopefully now you can kind of see what I said, that, the, dungeon was kind of, like, not the dungeon, but the linear area is just kind of, it lasts so long, like, it goes on for so long, dude. It gets actually crazy. I'm going to, ooh, hello. Let me grab that first, please. Get by that tree. Okay. I was hoping that tree would save us, I think it did. So something we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna head to the Skybird statue, which actually there was one back here. I'm just going back there. And we're gonna go back to the sky. Actually, you know what? No, that's something different I could show. This is all over the place. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell. I'm kind of groggy today. But I have to record anyway, so why not? I want to head to the sky, but I'm not near a sky statue. This is something that is exclusive to Skyward Sword HD. If you are playing Skyward Sword HD and you shell out a little bit of extra cash, you can get this amiibo that I'm showing on screen now. This is a Skyward Sword amiibo that is, of course, of Zelda and her Loftwing. And if we are to, I believe it is something we do in, is it advice? It's a button, I believe. Couldn't tell, I didn't really use this my first time. Amiibo. Use amiibo. So this is what you have to turn on, of course. And once we do that, I believe now we can do something with this, right? Advice, and this is objective. Use amiibo. Yep, this becomes a new thing. So now we can press use amiibo. Master, please tap an amiibo accessory. So I'm going to be doing this and showing you what this does, but actually I need to go grab my amiibo, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back, and I have amiibo in hand. So if we scan this on the Joy-Con. Yes, Master Amiibo recognized. Do you wish to return to the sky? Yes. So this is a way of being able to transport into the sky from any location, which, to say the least, is a nice addition to Skyward Sword HD. However, the fact that's left behind an amiibo kind of sucks. Again, I think amiibo is kind of a controversial thing to begin with, just because, you know, it's like you're locking features behind money, which is kind of like DLC, but it's also like not full-on features. Like for Smash, it's kind of like more of a vanity than anything else. And like Animal Crossing, it's to like Brain Villages, which I think is like a better use of amiibo. Again, I think what you get out of having this amiibo is good, but I don't really know if it's worth spending money on it. Considering there tends to not be too many times where I need to immediately go to the sky. Also, I'm gonna adjust my mic for a second, sorry about that. I can't think of too many times when I'm that desperate to return the sky and can't wait to find a bird statue. To the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use the amiibo. In fact, I don't even think in my first playthrough of HD version of Skyward Sword, like my one where I wasn't recording or whatever. I think I played this game twice actually since release. The HD version anyway. I can't think of any time I've used the amiibo. So, as funny as that is. So as you can see, we actually have new stuff to upgrade as well. But first things first, we're gonna come here. I'm missing a monster claw. I only needed one ornamental skull. I thought I needed 3. Okay. So, I'm going to go grind in the cave. As bad as that always sounds, insert your laughter here. I'm going to go grind in the waterfall cave. And I'll meet you guys back at the bazaar with one more monster claw. I'll see you guys then. And I'm back from the cave. And in case you're curious, our spoils from one run through is 2 claws and 1 monster gel. Goop gel. Didn't really get a ton, but hey, again, we're not really there for a ton. I really just wanted that 1 claw, so I didn't have to go around for it. So with that, 50 rupees, 1 ornamental skull, 2 tumbleweeds, 2 monster claws, and 3 ember relics. Wooden shield, better to best. A strengthened wooden shield with even more durability. Yep, so this is the best, according to him anyway, that he can make. Alright, I'm gonna upgrade this, so I'm going back here. Go for it, please. Yep, so he's gonna start working on that. I'm gonna skip ahead. All done, here you go. You upgraded to a braced shield. This very sturdy shield is much tougher than the standard wooden shield. Got anything else you want to tinker with? Come here. Yep, so as you can see, that is in fact the best he can make that wooden shield, so we can't upgrade that again. We need 1 more ornamental skull, I can upgrade that. Oh, that hurts. We need way more ember relic, monster claw. Oof, I should have grabbed that ember relic, I guess. And interesting, we actually only need a hornet larvae? That's crazy. So yeah, I guess we only need a hornet larvae to upgrade this. As I said, this is one of the things we can upgrade is the beetle. As you can see, we actually can increase its speed. Dusk relic, yeah, we can't. And now we're only missing the evil crystal for this. So we're getting very close to actually being able to upgrade a ton of stuff. But thankfully, this is, well, not thankfully, but this is all we really need right now is the wooden shield. As you can see, yep, it's fully repaired too. So yep, this is the best that the wooden shield's going to get, and as you can see, it has like kind of a like a different design now. It has like 3 birds. It's kind of cool how the shields actually change design based on how many upgrades you get, since they very easily could have not done that, since a lot of games don't. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys back at the Lanayru province. See you in a moment. And welcome back to the land of the land, I guess. So of course, we've gotten all of the dials turned on, so to speak. That sounded, I'm not gonna say it sounded wrong because everything can be taken bad. So as you can see, now if we interact with this one, we actually can turn all 3 of them. It's almost like a giant save combination. The key to this puzzle, what? A report, Master Link. Symbols of the power generator correspond to the symbols in the 3 remote power nodes you activated. Logic suggests that they are connected. Really? That is insane. Thank you for pointing me in that direction, I guess, even though I feel like this isn't that complicated of a puzzle. But okay, anyway. So as you can see, yep, they are, in fact, actually semi-connected. So first things first, we have water. As you can see from the dial, there's actually these pathways, and thankfully you can open your map even once you're starting to turn the giant lock. So let's see here. I believe this one would be... So let's see, 1... Because, as you can see, it actually snaps like a grid. So this is the default, which would be straight up, which is there, or straight north, I should say. That would be there. This next one's going to be here. This one's going to be here. So this one should be it. Because that's the next spot. So what we'll do then is press A to lock that one into place. And then we'll move the next one. Fire is this one, which is essentially the farthest right we can go. And again, this looks very uncomfortable, Link. And it's uncomfortable for me in real life because I'm having to move my whole body. There we go. And then this one is directly up north. So we'll push that in. Oh, no, oh, no, there we go. Push that in. What do you have to say to us after that? Did you figure out how to access the remote power nodes? That's most impressive for a human. This is the nearby facility powering as more time stones there exist. Now every time I see this, my motors still hum with admiration. Doesn't really have a ton to say. I'd probably be a little bit more, maybe shock, awe, anger. The fact that we just, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna come grab this Amber Relic actually before we go over there. Because, again, we're gonna need these, apparently, a lot more than I thought. I knew we would need them, but I didn't know how many we would need. Finally, after all of that, you know, all those stories had nothing to do with this. We're coming for you, Zelda.